Hey guys, so today I want to show you some of my budget finds. Not all of them I like, not all of them fit my preferences or expectations for quality, but I will show you anyway what kind of things I've picked up from the drugstore. Every few months I have a bit of a revelation that, oh my goodness, I need to try some other new things that are out in the drugstore, and then I go and I do that, and most of the time I have to say I get disappointed quite a bit. There's some jams out in the drugstore, but I do feel like it's much more difficult to buy something from the drugstore and love it because, first of all, shade matching is always a problem. You can't take a sample home, try it out, and see if you enjoy it before you purchase it. And also, the quality and the ingredients tend to be, oftentimes, not always, of a lower grade. So, but I never give up hope, and I often go and try to find something I enjoy anyway. So I'm going to show you what I've found so far. I don't have developed opinions on every single product, but I'll kind of just do a bit of a show and tell before I film a more in-depth video. So this is one of those YouTube made me buy it things. This is a Burts Bees foundation in Goodness Glows liquid makeup. Burt's Bees haven't been releasing makeup for that long, really. A lot of their stuff is new in terms of makeup, and YouTube really made me want to try this. Specifically, I bought a color Porcelain 1005, and it's a little bit light for me, and that rarely ever happens to me with foundations. Usually they're not light enough. This is a little light for me. It's a little chalky. I was very surprised because it received a lot of favorable reviews on YouTube. Unfortunately, either my skin type or something else, it just does not play perfectly with this one. So now I'm finding ways to try and mix it with other things and see if I can find a way to wear it. But so far it is long wearing, it's a little bit drying and a little bit chalky on my dry skin. So maybe people loved it because it was long wearing. I'm not really sure, but it seemed to have received favorable reviews, but for me it was not a huge hit immediately. However, I've been only using it for about a week, so we'll see how it goes. I'm still playing with it and playing with adding things to it. And then we have another YouTube made me buy thing. This is Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in Precious Petals. There's nothing wrong with this product. However, the unfortunate thing is that I thought it would be like this on my cheeks, and it is like this on my cheeks. So the color is not right for me. I'm too, well, this is too dark for me. I'm too fair for it, whatever. It's a lovely sort of gelée sort of feel. It's pretty color, but it just does not come across that well on my cheekbones. It's rather a blush topper and a little bit too peachy at that for my skin type or my skin tone. So for me, I like the texture, but the color was a disappointment. I will try to find a way to use it though, but we'll see how it goes. Next, I have two Wet n Wild, what they say, bronzers, but obviously one is and one isn't. This is Color Icon Bronzer SPF 15 in the color Reserve Your Cabana. Now this is a really interesting formula. The packaging is cheap for sure. It's not nice, but the product is. And this is another YouTube made me buy it because this is a holy grail for a lot of people. To me, this is not a highlight. It's marketed as a bronzer. It's a little bit powdery. So, I mean, it's not a perfect product, but it is darn good. So I think I will probably be using it beyond just trying out budget things, but like in my actual everyday makeup box. I think I will keep it there and include it and see how it goes. There it is right here. It's a slightly illuminating, brightening powder for fair skin. Obviously, it is pigmented. Do not use it if you have darker skin tone. Even tan probably can use it as a very, very subtle highlight maybe. But anywhere darker, it'll make you ashy for sure. So I would go for another color, not this one. But this one is really good for pale skin tones. And it is very smooth, a little bit powdery, yes. but it lays, it's all over my face today. It lays nicely and it gives you a glow without giving you, you know, glitter. There's no glitter in here. It's very smooth. It does remind me of the same kind of function that is filled by ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. So I was quite impressed that there is a pretty strong parallel between this one and a powder I recently used up. I think it was Diffused Light. Very nice powder. So I'm not going to be surprised if I continue to use it outside of my trying of budget makeup, sort of spur of the moment shopping raids. And the other one is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Bikini Contest. I think their color selection really needs more work. It's difficult for me to find a super flattering bronzer color. This one is Today on Me. It is this guy. Let me give you a little swatcheroo. It's a little orange for me. I think for a warmer skin tone, something with less pink and more yellow in it, it could be good because it does have a little bit of red in it, which tends to look really quite natural, but it is a tad too orange for me the way I see it. I don't think it's the best color match for my skin tone, so I'll probably try to use it a little bit longer, try to get on with it, but I'm not so sure that this is going to be my go-to. Although I like the texture, it's similar to the powder that I just showed you. They're from the same line, but that just, I wish there was a better color. This one is a really wonderful product from Wet n Wild that has a definite packaging fail. And this is a lip liner. This is Wet n Wild Color Icon Lip Liner in 717 Berry Red. Of course, it's not berry, it's bright red. There's nothing berry about it, but I love the color. Here it is. It's nice and creamy. It glides on smoothly. It stains a little bit and it stays on the lips very, very well. However, guys, this one is failing at life. Look at that. It's loose. It doesn't close. It's gonna dry out. It's a very long pencil, which is great for 99 cents for what I paid for it, but it's gonna dry out. There's no click, there's no seal. Like, it just comes right off. Very upsetting, because I actually like the product. I would keep using it if I didn't just like keep losing the cap because it falls off. I'm not sure if I'll continue using it because it's just kind of it's a big nuisance. The cap doesn't stay on, it flies off every chance it gets, like it wants to escape. But yeah, it's not a product fail, it is a packaging fail. So bad Wet n Wild. I bought their sharpener as well because mine was getting dull, so I wanted a new sharpener. I think I'm just gonna go and buy my Urban Decay sharpener because this one kind of sucks. Wouldn't recommend that one. I also got three things from LA Girl. First, I got their LA Girl Pro Powder, HD High Definition Setting Powder. And this one I bought because I really wanted to compare it to something like that. Both I think are nice, finely milled. This is silica powder, this is Amazonian clay finishing powder, smooth operator by Tarte. Very, very large price discrepancy in terms of the amount of product. Here's 5 gram here, and we have 8.5 gram here, so it is significantly more in the Tarte powder in terms of amount. But really, I wanted to see if they are similar, if they function the same, if they create this very smooth powdered down look that doesn't look like powder but looks like the pores are completely disappeared. This is what the Tarte does for me. I'm hoping that LA Girl will do the same. I've only used it once so far, so I can't really tell. I'll report back soon. And the last 2 products are stick products. They are by LA Girl as well because I was at their counter and it was really fun for me to pick at things. Given that I really like stick products and cream products, these tick off both. So I wanted to check them out. These are LA Girl Velvet Bronzer Contour Sticks. And I have two shades. I have the shade Suede. This is a matte contour shade. It's that one. A little orange for me. Again, the shade selection was not stellar. And the second one is Brazen, and this is more of a bronzer. And it has a little bit of a sheen to it, which I really like in a cream product, but no glitter. Both of them are very silicone-y and they really blend very well, so I blended them together. They blend really well, blend into the skin. They're kind of slippery because of all the silicone, but I still haven't formed a totally complete opinion on them, so I will let you know how they perform later. And I may compare them to this little guy, which is a raved about product from Clinique. And it is Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Contour. So we'll see how these work, and maybe I'll film a comparison video of them and tell you what my thoughts are on both. That's it for today. I hope it was fun for you to see what budget finds I have dug up at the drugstore. I will report back and talk to you about how these wear, which ones I like, which ones I'm going to keep. And that's it for today. See you guys later. Bye-bye.